Thank you so much for joining me today, Dana's Daily Doodles. And I'm kind of excited because I received my new cookbook, and it's from a lady that I follow, and I just love her. She has the coolest personality, and she has the nicest cookbook. So I treated myself to that. So I had one banana bread recipe yesterday, but I switched it up when I saw that she had one that I even liked better. And this one is a half a cup of salted butter, melted. So let's get this in the microwave, but don't put it on too high so that it scorches or burns. Let's just get this in, say 33 seconds to start. Check it, and then come back. So we're going to get ready to prep here, and this also has 2 large eggs, teaspoon of vanilla extract, 3 very ripe bananas, but I just have the 2, so I hope that's okay. Because it does call for 8-ounce can of crushed pineapple drained, and with those 2 together, I think it'll be all right. I wish I had the extra banana, but I don't. And a teaspoon of vanilla extract, cup of sugar. You can also do applesauce and sugar. So you could cut back on your sugar. You could do a little bit of honey or and both applesauce to equal that. 1 cup of sweetness and or sugar. 2 cups of self-rising flour. So self-rising flour is kind of different. I've always baked with all-purpose, but she is calling for the self-rising, so it must make it a little fluffier. 1 teaspoon baking soda, half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon ground cinnamon, and there's another thing I've never used, a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. I've never used that in banana bread. And 8-ounce can of crushed pineapple, like I had mentioned. Never use that in banana bread, so that must make it really nice and moist. And then the 1/4 cup of buttermilk. That's different to me too, so I have buttermilk on hand. 2/3 cup chopped pecans. So with all of that, it sounds delicious. Let's check on our butter, and it does need another 33 seconds there. And so, as ugly as your bananas look, that's the way you want them, overly ripe. And what all this discoloration is on the peel is actually the sugars coming up. So if it got any riper than this, I would be hesitant. So this is right at the time you need to use them. You can do many things with overripe bananas, but one of which is probably not eat them. I'm not really into mushy. I kind of like them a little bit green if I'm eating them alone, but perfect for banana bread, banana muffins, banana pancakes, and all of the yummy stuff that we love to bake, sweet bread recipes. Okay, so let's go ahead now and get the eggs together. We're going to mash these 2 bananas. We're going to open up our pineapple. We're going to get out our pecans, and then I'll meet you right back here. Okay, I wanted to show you up close. The bananas look pretty good. I'm just going to make sure all these little strings don't get in there. So let's clean this up a little bit. And I think I'm going to get a separate bag to put these peels in, because that is kind of stinky, and you want to get these banana peels out of the house. Okay, so let's get this in, checking it. I'm really weird about mushies and stringy stuff. Looking good in that throwaway bag. Let's look at this one. Looks good. Okay, so check it good. Don't want real black marks in there or anything. This looks good. Okay, wash up. And I pretty much have everything together. except for the pecans, which I'll do that in just a minute. All right, so the butter melted nicely, not too melted. It kind of separates if it gets too melted, so be careful with that. Mix, mix, mix. Give it a little mix. So looking at her directions, combine butter, check. 2 eggs. 2 eggs. I'm going to put that in my throwaway bag. Do you ever throw your shells into your soil or into your garden? I know I hear that's good. It's almost springtime. We get to say the word garden. Okay, so we have that. Let's kind of break these up, mix this in. This is all of our wet ingredients. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Give it a little shake. That's a nice big container of vanilla. Check and make sure. 1 TSP, got it. Sometimes people like extra, but we'll just go with 1 teaspoon. There's a lot of vanilla lovers. Okay, so we have that. Now, let's get in our 2 very ripe bananas. Mash, mash, mash. I put them in a separate bowl, and I'm just gonna mash and mash. And you know what? It doesn't take much, but don't put them in until they're pretty mashed. The consistency is smooth. So just do this in a separate bowl. Make a bunch of noise for everybody. Okay. We have beautiful clear weather today, so I need to get some exercise, get out of the house after this. So the oven is set at 325, and I've got these mashed pretty nicely here. Give it a nice big stir. Okay, get those in to your butter, vanilla, and egg mixture. Don't waste, get it all out. Okay. Okay, looking good. Give it a little bit of a blend with your fork. It's kind of like scrambling eggs. You really want to mix it all in there nicely. A lot of noise, but that's what we got to do. Looks good, looks good. Okay, so she says we've got this in a bowl. Now, we will put this in the sink. Time to get our cup of sugar. Okay, got the sugar and I got the pecans out and I stole a few. Fun fact on your walnuts, pecans, keep them in the freezer, keeps them fresh. Just put them in a freezer bag, stick them in the freezer. It's not like we use pecans all that often, so we got to keep them fresh. Okay. These I'll need to chop some. Cup of sugar, I'm putting that into the wet. Give this a mix as I go. Okay. So this is going good. It's a lot of mixing when you bake. And also, we all know, baking is not like cooking. Cooking you can measure with your heart, which many of us do. Baking, you have to be pretty precise. as close as you can. I've made banana bread probably 1,000 times. I'll do cranberries, and then, like I say, a substitute. Some honey, some applesauce, but the nice substitute today is like just this pineapple will be nice. So using applesauce on this recipe, I probably wouldn't do, just because we already have the pineapple here. Okay, so next it says, then mix in your flour, half a cup at a time. So the flour amount is 2 cups self-rising in my very ugly, well-used, I'm going to put it in this tray, Tupperware container here that works great. Now I think I got this one. Ooh, I have to kind of level it off. Okay, 2 cups here. I think I got this at a yard sale. Sugar, and then it went to self-rising flour. I don't use self-rising flour as much, so I have my all-purpose that's kind of always out. Okay, and then let's see. Let's put in our 1 teaspoon baking soda, half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg into the flour. I have all that measured out, and let's give that a little mix to get everybody friends, and then we're going to start adding in the flour. Good mix. Move this flour. And let me get out my favorite banana loaf pan that I love, that was my mom's. Sorry for all that noise. And well used. Love it. Okay. So when are we going to put in, okay, I think she says, nope, not yet. So flour first before buttermilk. About a half cup at a time. You can use a whisk if you like. This little spatula works nice. Of course, I could have gotten out a bigger bowl too, but I had this glass bowl for melting the butter. Don't put these type bowls into your microwave or they will spark. Okay. I'll get the rest of this mixed in and I'll meet you back here. Chop these up, but not overly chopped. You want to, come back here. You want to taste some of the finely chopped pecans, but not too fine. Preference on that. Let me see my, yeah. Making sure you can see nicely. And then next we're going to add in our buttermilk. If you get too big of pieces, give it a little bit more of a chop, however you like that. I'm 60 and I got this when I was probably 25. Pampered Chef, isn't that cool? I love my little kitchen gadgets like that. I think I used it when my kids were young and chopped up some yummies for them. Does that look good? A little bit more on this. Looking good. Okay, so we want to go with, we've got everything in, and next it says stir in your buttermilk and then our pineapple. And it does need moisture. It like is kind of a little bit dry. So this is 1/4 cup of buttermilk going in. Put you a little closer. Give this a little stir here. See what I mean? The consistency is too lumpy. It's okay, Tinker. I think that is a delivery, but not for me. So get this mixed in good. Best that you can. And then we'll get in these pineapples. I can see a little bit of dry ingredient. Okay, let's see. Are these crushed enough? I'm hoping so. I can hear the birds. Tinker, I hear the birds singing. And then again, that was the 8-ounce can of crushed. But this isn't really crushed. It's kind of like tidbits, but I crush them up some. It'll be fine, but it's not quote unquote crushed. Improvise. If I knew I was making this recipe, I would have had crushed, but it's looking good. Okay, now this is going to be our final mix, because once we get these pecans in, it's going to be more of folding. My oven is ready, and this is very dense, so it's going to go a full hour. Here, let me grab this guy. Perfecto, we'll get this. Here we go. Let's give this a little fold. Get it into our pan. Get it into the oven. How's everybody doing today? And are you a big baker? I've always just been a necessity baker. Like when I have the kids or a function, I throw something easy together. So I also am always watching my calorie intake, so I don't want to overload on the sweets. But everything within reason is fine. I need to get back to the gym. I had hurt my heel and the back part of my heel. It was like a tendon pulled, but I have been walking a lot. But just easily, not per se working out at the gym. So I got to get back to that very soon. It's healing up, and I've been putting a lot of different homemade remedies on it for pain and healing, so it's working. What do you think? Does that look good? It's really thick and dense, right? It's going to be good though, y'all. This is so fun, having this cookbook. I don't know why, but it is. Sprayed my pan. Also made sure my pan was nice and clean. Because if you don't bake and cook that often, check your bowls, check your measuring spoons and all that. Just make sure everything doesn't need a little rinse. Get this in. And I think everything came together nicely. And it's gonna be good. What do you think? Would you want a piece? Okay, get this yuck yuck to the side. pecans, and in it goes. Beautiful. Love it. Meet you back here when she's all baked up. Coffee and banana bread for y'all, friends. It's out and it looks beautiful. I tested it with my little pampered chef toothpick tester. Comes out clean, looks great. Let it set 10 minutes and it did bake for 1 hour and 5 minutes. Very dense, nice crunchy top, looks beautiful. Can't wait to bite into this. Have a little piece with some butter. Let's let it set though. Don't forget, 10 to 15 minutes if you can possibly wait that long. And thank you so much for joining Dana's Daily Doodles. Like and comment. Give me suggestions on your way of making banana bread. What have you tried in the past? Like, subscribe, follow, and have a great day. Thank you. Wow, it's amazing with the pineapple in it. Mmm. Pecans, banana, crunchiness, a little butter. Over the top. Delicious. You gotta try it, you'll love it. Just a minute, Tinker. Tinker just asked me if she could have a piece of banana bread, and I said, no, no, no. I wish you could, though. We'll give you something special after a while, sweet little baby. We're going to sit outside for a while.